We got you.
Okay.
You got.
Who you went with, Chief?
Went with Memphis.
Yeah, I couldn't hear you.
Okay, my bad. North Carolina State versus Mississippi State in the Belt Bowl. Mike, who you got?
I couldn't hear the pick. The team.
Oh, my bad. Dang it. North Carolina State versus Mississippi State Belt Bowl.
Give me the Mississippi State Bulldogs. They've been quiet this year, but I think they could beat North Carolina State. I don't think that's much of a fair competition.
Who you got, Juicy?
I agree with Mike. Give me Mississippi State. They have had kind of a down year, but they got Dak Prescott. So give me Mississippi State.
I got Mississippi State winning this one as well, guys. Dak Prescott's going to lead them to victory here in his last college football game. Let's see. The Franklin American Mortgage Music City Bowl. They change this bowl game every year. I swear, sponsors. Texas A&M versus Louisville, Mike.
Give me Louisville. Give me the Cardinals.
Interesting. Who you got, Juicy?
Louisville versus who?
Texas A&M.
Versus Texas A&M.
Yep.
Give me. I think I like the Aggies in this game. Give me Texas A&M. I think they'll finish off the year with a win. Kyle Allen will perform well, so give me A&M in this game.
Interesting about Kyle Allen. He is transferring from Texas A&M this year, so it'll be interesting to see how that plays out. I got Texas A&M winning this game. I don't think Louisville's got enough to pull off the upset over Texas A&M. But yeah, Kyle Allen is transferring from Texas A&M for next season. I don't know if he's got a.
I saw that, but did you ever know where he's transferring to? I didn't have time to read that much into it.
I tried reading into it, but they never gave a school. They were just kind of listing possibilities for him to go. One said he might go to Western Kentucky, which I don't see that happening. It was just all over the place. It wasn't a real.
Brandon Dowdy's a heck of a quarterback. Western Kentucky.
Yeah, I don't understand how.
He's a senior. Huh? If you want to be in my opinion, it sounds crazy, but it's always him, and he's going to go to a school that's below them. Louisiana Tech.
Hey, it might work out well for Jeff Driscoll, depending on how. I think if I was Allen, I would look and see how Jeff Driscoll gets drafted. I think there's a certain way. By the way, the thing about Louisiana Lafayette, Elijah McGuire is going to go. He's not officially declared for the draft, but he's going to the advisory.
He's testing the draft. He's trying to see where he would go and what would happen if he would.
I don't think that. I think
his best fit's Western Kentucky. He'd be a good replacement for Brandon Dowdy because he's a senior too. Yeah, but in my opinion, if I was there, I'd go to Louisiana Tech. Why not? If it's working out for Jeff Driscoll, try it out over there.
Yeah, I mean.
They both in the same conference, though, Western Kentucky and Louisiana Tech. Yeah.
Yeah, it might be a possibility.
I don't know where Kyle Allen's from, but if you want to stay close to his family,
Well, I think if he wants to stay close to his family, I think he's from Texas. I think Texas State might be a possibility, too, if you want to stay close to your family. But
I don't think he's going to go all the way down to the Sun Belt, though.
Yeah,
I think he's going to Louisiana Lafayette or Texas State or somewhere like that. That'd be a hard one because I don't think he would go to. I don't think he could.
Shoot, I would love Kyle Allen to come to Louisiana Lafayette. Y'all kidding me? Golly.
I mean, Jonathan Bomber better be the FCS and that's not even that bad, huh? Like the FBS, the Sun Belt.
Well,
yeah,
hey, y'all want to know something? Look, Joe Flacco. Hey, if we're going to talk about pro prospects here, about the FCS a little bit, Joe Flacco came from, Delaware? Was it?
Joe Flacco did come from Delaware.
So, I mean, there's.
I'm not going to knock that you said it's not the bomb. That's just the bomb of the founding is the FCS. But why would you go from Texas A&M? Why would you go from Texas A&M to Louisiana Tech? But why would you want to go from Texas A&M to like Louisiana Lafayette? That makes no sense. Yeah, that's a big jump.
That is a big drop there, but you probably want to go one below. I mean, I don't think he'll go to UL Lafayette. I don't see it happening that way.
No,
but
I'm talking about like just something like Louisiana Lafayette. I don't think he'd even think about considering.
Shoot.
Just hypothetically saying, I think if anybody would be Texas State or
Well, we'll see what happens. I
You
mean,
can go to Texas Tech.
well, I mean, you have Baylor, TCU, but I think Boykin has another year. Texas. It's all a lot of possibilities. Let's just move on and make some more picks. So, I mean,
Did you want to sit out of here, or did you want to be eligible right away?
that's the question. I mean, if you could take I think if he might go to a junior college, because I think as junior college you could play a year, which is what I would do if I'm transferring. I would play a year, then my next year I go back to FBS school. That way I don't get out of rhythm playing football, because you have to sit out a year and you waste a year of eligibility. He's a sophomore, so he's only got 1 year to do show his stuff. So
He could play right away in the FBS. Hey, I know something.
it's got to be like an injury, I think, on waiver. What?
Allen, it's a possibility he could go over down to the Sun Belt. Because I'm thinking of a quarterback that we saw this year who was from an SEC school, went to another SEC school, been dropped all the way down to a FCS school.
Oh, I know exactly who you're talking about.
Steven Rivers.
Steven Rivers, which was a shock to me because I was like, what just happened? We don't know what's going to happen. If I was Coach Hud and I had a quarterback situation, I would try to go get Kyle Allen. I mean,
Because Rivers went from LSU to Vanderbilt to Northwestern State, a CS school in Louisiana that's not necessarily all that good in football. So now that I think about it, it's a possibility he could go to the Sun Belt. Louisiana last year, I don't think so, but the Sun Belt's a possibility.
yeah, we'll see. Because, I mean, the Sun Belt's been getting more competitive every year. I mean, it's
Anyway.
well, I mean, I think ever since Louisiana, I think ever since UL actually started getting to the New Orleans Bowl, it brought more attention to the Sun Belt. And add to them winning because they were able to beat Mountain West teams coming in there. So I think that's what helped the Mountain West Sun Belt's persona against these other conferences. We'll see what happens though, but it's gonna be interesting. All right, National University Holiday Bowl: USC versus number 23 Wisconsin. Who you got, Mike?
Give me Wisconsin.
Wisconsin. Who you got, Juicy? The Badgers. I got Wisconsin winning this game here. I think they'll be able to pull off the win against USC. All right, one of my favorite restaurants to eat at, Chick-fil-A Peach Bowl. Number 14 Houston versus number 9 Florida State. Mike, who you got?
Well, Houston's been having a great year, but when it comes against Florida State, I got to go Florida State Seminoles.
Who you got, Juicy?
I'm going to go a little retro song on this one. Blow, Seminole win. Give me the Seminoles.
Oh. You know what? I think that Houston will lose this game to Florida State. Give me Florida State to win this year. The Capital One Orange Bowl. You know, that sounds so weird actually saying that, you know?
Mm-hmm.
That
It used to be the Capital One Bowl. It used to be the FedEx Orange Bowl.
This is a semi-final game, so we're gonna save these two because they got them in. We're gonna save them two for later. Outback Bowl: Northwestern versus Tennessee. Northwestern number 12. Who you got, Mike?
Give me the Tennessee Volunteers.
All right, Juicy.
I won't wait till out of comment about this game. Give me the Volunteers.
I got Tennessee winning this one. I think Butch Jones is going to do a good job and coach his team to a bowl victory. Another good place I like to eat at, Buffalo Wild Wings Citrus Bowl. Number 17 Michigan versus number 19 Florida. Who you got, Mike?
Give me the Florida Gators.
The Florida Gators?
The Florida Gators.
All right.
They look pretty decent against Alabama at first, but then Alabama just went there and just,
Yeah.
Who you like a stepchild. Right, a stepchild. I mean, it was terrible.
Who you got, Juicy?
I know, it got pretty bad.
Who you got, Juicy?
I got the Gators. The Gators.
The Gators? All right. I disagree with both of y'all. I think the Michigan Wolverines are going to win this. I got,
Michigan, but
I think Jim Harbaugh is going to playing pretty well against the SEC here, and I think he'll be able to pull off a win against the Florida Gators. Jim McElwain has never coached in a bowl game, so as a head coach, so we'll see. Both teams that barely missed the college football playoff, the Battle Frog Fiesta Bowl. That just sounds so weird. Number 8 Notre Dame versus number 7 Ohio State. Mike?
This seems like this would have been a game in the playoffs at one point this year. I gotta go with Ohio State. Yes, they lost, and of course they aren't that good of a team as we all thought they were. But Notre Dame, I think this is gonna be actually a really, really good game that I'm definitely gonna be watching. But I'm gonna give Ohio State by like a field goal.
Field goal?
By field goal.
All right, I got Juicy picking right now.
I'm going to go with Ohio State in this game as well. The way they played against Michigan kind of impressed me, and that's the last impression I have of them from the last game they played. Give me Ohio State in this game.
I got Ohio State winning this one too. I think they're going to have too much talent for Notre Dame to be able to contain them. Even though Notre Dame's been having a great year this year, give me the Ohio State Buckeyes to win this game. All right, the next game, the granddaddy of them all, the Rose Bowl game presented by Northwestern Mutual. Number 5 Stanford versus number 6 Iowa. Mike, who you got?
Well, no matter who plays this game, I'm always going to be watching. I mean, it's the Rose Bowl. But Iowa really, really, really just better than Michigan State. And a lot of people are down them to win that game. And, of course, they did. But, I mean, a lot of people are like, oh, yeah, well, Michigan needs to. Yeah, Michigan, definitely Michigan. Nobody was like, hey, yeah, let's go to Iowa. And I was like, wow, really? And I'm like, well, you know what? I hope Iowa wins this. Iowa loses, of course. Stanford, great team, won the Pac-12 and everything. I want to go to Iowa, though. I'm going to keep the underdog vibe going a little bit here.
All right. Juicy, who you got?
Well, I agree with everything that Mike said. Iowa, nobody expected them to hang there with Michigan State, and they took them all the way down to the wire. And I still think Iowa really should have won that game. And I agree with everything else Mike said. The only part I disagree with him is that Stanford's going to win the game.
All right, well, I agree with Juicy, but not Mike. I think Stanford's probably got the best. The guy I'm picking to win the Heisman Trophy over Derrick Henry, Christian McCaffrey.
Yeah, something else, Christian McCaffrey.
Yeah, I think he'll do a very good job against Iowa. I got him actually beating Iowa in this Rose Bowl game, get the win for Stanford. Next game, another All-State Sugar Bowl, number 13 Oklahoma State versus number 16 Ole Miss. Who you got, Mike?
You said Oklahoma?
State.
Yeah, that's you. Never mind. Whoa. Give me Oklahoma State to win this game.
Interesting. All right.
Is it really interesting, Chief? Is it really?
Well, what I seen against Oklahoma and Oklahoma State, well, kind of changed my perception of Oklahoma State, but you probably know who I'm picking already, but go ahead, Juicy.
Give me Ole Miss to win this game. I think Ole Miss, they came up just short of being in the SEC championship game. Give me Ole Miss in the game.
I got Ole Miss beating Oklahoma State. The way their defense got slaughtered by Oklahoma, well, yeah, that was pretty bad. That was bad, guys. But yeah, I got Ole Miss winning this game over Oklahoma State. All right, the Tax Slayer Bowl, Penn State versus Georgia. Who you got, Mike? Georgia. All right, Juicy.
Georgia as well.
All right, I got the Georgia Bulldogs winning this one. I don't think Penn State's coming up to pull off the win over Georgia. AutoZone Liberty Bowl, Kansas State versus Arkansas. Mike.
Give me the Razorbacks.
All right. Juicy.
I'll take the Razorbacks in this game as well.
I got Arkansas winning this one too. I think they're about to pull off the win against Kansas State in the AutoZone Liberty Bowl. The Valero Alamo Bowl, number 15 Oregon. Number 15 Oregon versus number 11 TCU. Mike.
Yes, sir.